The recipient of this year's Sybil Frenette Outstanding Leadership Award is someone colleagues describe with many superlatives. Absolutely dynamite, totally dedicated, the most wonderful storyteller, an astute strategist, amazingly efficient, incredibly warm and caring, the best sense of humor, and even the glue that binds us together and the icing on our cake. The recipient is not a housing provider, but is known to ONPHA members. Many of you have worked with her, and her work has certainly had an impact on most housing providers. ONPHA is proud to present this year's Sybil Frenette Outstanding Leadership Award to Ishbel Solveson-Weeb. Ishbel is the Executive Director of the Social Housing Registry of Ottawa. She started working at the registry in 1998 and quickly established her reputation as a coordinated access pioneer and visionary. As many of you know, Ottawa's registry was created by housing providers and community agencies as a standalone agency run by a board of community stakeholders well before coordinated access was made mandatory by the province. Highly successful, the registry has influenced development of coordinated access across the province. Lynn Carson of Nepean Housing and the long-term chair of the registry board says Ishbel is responsible in large part for the registry's success. Ishbel has a tremendous ability to create a successful team of volunteers and staff, she says. Ishbel understands the needs of housing providers, the clients who need housing, and other stakeholders, and she knows how to bridge these interests and bring people together. She's very astute, a great consensus builder, and extremely effective. Debbie Barton, rental coordinator at Centretown Citizens of Ottawa Corporation, was on the interview committee with Lynn when Ishbel was hired. She says she'll never forget this absolutely dynamite woman who walked into the interview full of smarts and laughter, committed to social justice, and the warmest, down-to-earth, no-nonsense approach to life. We were so impressed, and Ishbel has just continued to impress us from that day forward. Indeed, she has. Once coordinated access was mandated by the province, Ishbel was constantly asked for help from groups across the province. She provided advice on all aspects of the registry, from incorporation to job descriptions, from policies and procedures and the computer system. Today, with increasingly complex coordinated access issues, Ishbel continues to be called on to help with the particularly difficult issues and cases. Ishbel is endlessly generous as well as totally committed to social housing. She contributes so much to our sector in both energy and time. Ishbel is involved in many local activities. She's on the Social Housing Network Steering Committee. She's part of the Housing Stakeholders Advisory Group, which meets regularly with Service Manager Housing Branch staff. She also attends all sessions put on by Ottawa's Housing Branch, whether the topic is homelessness or new supply. Access is such an important part of providing housing, and Ishbel's attendance and input is considered invaluable. Everyone wants Ishbel at the table. Not only is she smart, a good strategist, and a tireless worker, but Ishbel is fun. She mesmerizes and inspires colleagues with her stories. She likes to laugh. And she's always ready for a good joke. Ishbel, on the right, went off to one housing branch meeting in this attire. It was on a dare, she says. Staff at the housing branch apparently were not totally surprised, perhaps because she often shows them this photo of her family. This is Ishbel, second from the left, with her mother on the left and her two sisters. She says she tells housing branch staff that they need to deliver on housing matters, or she'll get her family after them. Raising an awareness of housing issues is a mission for Ishbel. She meets regularly with politicians and local agencies to broaden their understanding of housing issues, coordinated access rules, and special priority initiatives. She's developed and run training sessions for women's shelters, municipal councillors and staff, co-ops, and nonprofit housing providers. She uses every occasion to talk to people about the needs for affordable housing, whether she's in a taxi cab or at a formal event. She said she met the former Governor-General Adrian Clarkson at a non-housing event at Rideau Hall, but she made sure that within seconds they were talking about housing issues. Among Ishbel's efforts to promote the need for housing and raise awareness of access issues was the 1999 Social Housing Registry Review, which provided a snapshot of who was on the centralized waiting list. There was a well-attended media conference where Ishbel and 3 of the applicants spoke about the tremendous need for safe, secure, and affordable housing. The review is updated annually and is used by housing advocates to lobby for more affordable housing. Ishbel was a founding member of the Social Housing Coordinated Access Network of Ontario and served as its chairperson until recently. It's another success story. The network has grown from 5 early participants to representatives from 25 service manager areas. It's had a significant impact across the province. Not only has it provided coordinated access managers and staff from different regions a forum to share challenges and develop common strategies, but it's also given the provincial government and service managers a forum to raise issues and consult broadly with coordinated access managers. It's taken some of the most difficult issues like special priority access and the development of a province-wide arrears list. Members of the group attribute the network's success to Ishbel. Says Kevin Bradley, Ishbel played a leading role in starting the network. It would not have existed without her. She not only organizes, chairs, and contributes at the meetings, she takes work away and makes sure it gets done. We're sure colleagues in this room have more to say about this remarkable woman and more tales they'd like to tell. She's a published poet and a writer of short stories, an avid gardener with a wonderful fairy garden where she entertained network colleagues, a proud mother and grandmother, and a valued friend of so many who work with her. Ishbel exhibits all the qualities of leadership: passion, vision, and ability to articulate the issues, inspire others, recruit support for change, and get results. ONPHA is delighted to award her the 2005 ONPHA Sybil Frenette Outstanding Leadership Award.